Good afternoon. Here it is 1 week from the day I put this matting down on this weed guard down on my garden. And today we're gonna add some more vegetables to it. And this is the corn I planted last week. Today is Saturday, May 2nd. So the corn took good. As you can see, it's doing really good. I got 18 stalks of corn, which in some of the groups there's multiple stalks. So even if I get one ear off of each stalk, that'll still be 18 ears of corn. So it's not bad. So today, this is the plan. As you can see, this strip right beside the corn, it goes all the way down the garden, the edge of the garden. We're gonna plant some black-eyed peas in there today. We're gonna do that by seed. They're really easy to grow. Them are seeds that I collected last year off my black-eyed peas that I grew, and I pretty much grew them in the same area of the garden. So it'll be alright. I'm gonna plant them here one more year all the way down. My wife doesn't like black-eyed peas. She don't like me planting them, but I plant them every year anyways because I like black-eyed peas. and this is the plan. We're not gonna plant these today. These are sugar peas, but once these corn stalks get up a little higher, I'm gonna plant these seeds underneath the corn. It's sort of like the Three Sisters. I know Three Sister gardening is corn, beans, and squash, but we're going to use corn and then peas up underneath the corn. We're going to try it our way. And also we got at the Amish place this morning. We got bell peppers, California Wonders. There's 3 of them in there. We got big boy tomatoes. There's 3 of them in there. We have big boy. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. So I got two packages of big boys. So that's my mistake. I thought these were cherry tomatoes. Darn it. Oh well, I'm not going to waste them. I will plant them both. I could have swore I picked up cherry tomatoes. Well, next time. And then we also have our zucchini, which we plant every year. And there's 3 groups here, but I'm only going to put make 2 groups of them. Zucchini do really well in our garden, and we always usually get overwhelmed with them. But we love zucchini. And then we have pickling cucumbers that we're gonna plant. Now my wife's already planted some cucumbers down there on her little spot in the garden, but we're gonna plant them just for the fun of it. And also I noticed, I think I showed you this last video, which I know I did. This is my garlic bed in here, which I'm still going to let them go a little longer before I start harvesting the garlic bulbs out of their cloves. But in this corner, I'd mentioned that I'd planted ginger. And after the last couple rainstorms we have, you could see the ginger is coming up. They're all right there. The ginger root, you benefit off the root of that plant. But I'm happy it's coming up. That's good. And since all that rain, these are our sunflowers. They've really taken off. There's another group of them right there, really taken off. As you can see, the asparagus is doing well. But anyways, today that's what we're going to be planting, adding more to the garden. We're going to be adding a lot more than that, but little bit by little bit. Like I said, today's May 2nd, so we still got a lot of time. And before we get into the gardening thing, I just want to show you this over here. This plant right here in the center, that plant right there, that's my angel trumpet plant. It may not look like nothing now, but by the end of summer, that plant will damn near almost take over that whole spot in that garden. It'll be at least 7 foot tall, and it has the most beautiful bell-shaped flowers, and it's usually loaded with them, and they stay all the way until about October. So they're it's called angel trumpet, and it requires a lot of water, so that's why we planted it right there. At one time, me and my wife, we had a koi pond in this little circle right here, and it was the size of that entire circle, which was a good sized pond, but it just got to be too much, and we decided to fill it back in and turn it into a garden. But we left the liner buried down there, and that koi pond was probably a good 3 foot deep, 4 foot deep. So it holds water well. But I'll have to give you some updates when that angel trumpet gets even bigger. You watch, that plant right there will be massive in that one spot. All right, back to the gardening. Let's get set up. We're gonna plant the tomatoes first, and I believe I'm gonna plant them on that corner of the garden. Last year I had them like in the middle. They did well, but I like moving my plants around every year, changing spots. So let me get the plant set up and we'll continue. Okay, we're gonna start with the black-eyed peas. Now they're down in there. Now we're gonna plant these pretty generously. Yeah, some come up, but all I do is I dug a trench all the way down. So I'll just start at one end and just start sprinkling seeds. I'll sprinkle them, like I said, pretty generously. Black-eyed peas generally are pretty easy to grow, and you can, they're good nourishment, good food source. And once they start spitting out peas, man, do they come. And they last all season long, all gardening season long, all the way up until you're damn near taking your garden down. So they produce quite a bit. And what I'll do is I'll pick them and I'll put them in baggies and put them right directly into the freezer. And when I'm ready to eat them, I'll take them out, thaw them out, and let them soak in water overnight, and they're ready to cook. Yeah, I love black-eyed peas. Especially, I do the tradition, beginning the first day of January, first day of the beginning of the new year. Okay, we about got it almost down at the other end. Now down here I got 2 trenches dug. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but we're going to fill both trenches in, so we have 2 different rows of peas. All right, it's hard doing this one-handed, but I'm managing, I guess. Yeah, like I said, we're not being too fussy about the seeds. All right, I got them all in there. So now that I got them all in there, I'm going to lightly take my hand and just cover them up with the soil. You don't have to cover them up too much. Just enough to where the birds and the squirrels and what have you don't know they're there. Cover them all the way up, all the way down. So you get the gist of it. So I'm I'm gonna finish doing that with both hands. It's like I said, it's hard doing it one-handed, so I'll be done quicker. Okay, they're in the ground, they're covered up, and that's it. They're planted. All we gotta do is wait. So next we're gonna grab our shovel, and these are the bell peppers. We're gonna put them right here next to the corn in the front. There's 3 of them, so these I kind of want to space them out a couple feet apart, because the plants will get pretty good size, so I'm going to space them out. Okay, I got the holes pre-dug already. That way it'd be a little easier doing it one-handed. If you remember what I said last time when I was planting the corn, you kind of squeeze these tubes just to break up the compactness in there. Squeeze them around a little bit, and then the plants just pull right out of there. And then you pluck them down in the hole, pull all 3 of them out, and pull them down there. Put that one down there, and then you take your dirt you scooped out of your hole and cover them back up, just like yay. And so far I've been having pretty good luck with the weed guard staying down and not coming back up. I mean, we've had a couple bad storms the last couple days, and it held pretty good. Alright, and that's it right there. Green peppers are planted. Okay, now we're going to move on to, let me grab my tools. We're going to come down here and we're going to do the cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. We're going to put these down at this end of the garden. Actually, I'm going to probably move them down a little farther down instead of right there. But let me pre-cut these holes. Okay, I pre-cut these holes also, or pre-dug them, I mean. And I already pre-squeezed these tubes, so these should pop right out of there, which they are. And there looks like there's 2 plants per stalk. And then once these get big enough, what I'll do is I'll put a truss over the top of them so they'll grow up through the truss, and they're not laying on the ground. And I'll of course help train them going through the trussel. So there's the zucchini, or there's cucumbers. Okay, we got the cucumbers covered up, planted. There they are. They're, like I said, at the opposite end of the corn. So now we're going to come over on the opposite side of the garden, and this is where our tomato plants are going to go, along this open strip. Now this open strip we're going to utilize, and this is where we're going to be growing our radishes and possibly some beets. Stuff that you got to have. You can't have the ground covered, obviously, but that's what we're going to utilize this spot for. So anyways, let's set up the tomato plants. There's going to be 6 of them. So let me pre-dig 6 holes here. And I will space these apart because these plants get pretty good size. They got to have room to grow, and so I can have room to get in between them also. Okay, here's our Precious, our indoor cat. She thinks she's hot shit being out here outside. There she goes. Alright, but anyways, we got our tomatoes planted. That's what that looks like. I already got them covered up and buried, but there's 6 big boy tomato plants right there, which that's quite a bit. I wouldn't have bought 6 if I would have known that, but it is what it is. And this is where we're going to plant the zucchini. Like I said, there's 3 plants in there, but we're just going to turn them into 2 groups. So I already got the holes pre-dug. Squeeze these bottoms. We're going to do the center one. That one looks like it's really healthy. Come on out of there. There it is. That's zucchini. And there's the other two. They're kind of scrawny, so we'll put these two together. Let's see what makes of it. Ooh, that one's not wanting to come out. We'll see. That didn't come out too well, but that's alright. I really only wanted one zucchini plant, but I generally like to plant two of everything. There's a rule. So we're going to fill that in with dirt, and we'll see how that goes. How that comes back. Plant that one. But like I said, these plants come from the Amish, and they have some really healthy plants. So, but anyway, that's it for now. That's the update on the garden. So we added some more vegetables, and as I get more, I will make another video and show you more and give you a little update. But that's it for now. Yeah, peace out. Smash that like button. Thanks. Bye. Oh, I'm still recording. Let's end this sucker.